We have the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons in Carolina. This is your Week 6 2024 prediction and preview video. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Also hit the like button. Let's start off with the home team, the Carolina Panthers. They're coming off another tough loss last week against the Chicago Bears. And you may look at this matchup and say, the Panthers do not stand a chance. I'm going to tell you why this game may be closer than you think. But last week, they lost to the Chicago Bears 36-10. Andy Dalton on the day was 18-28, 136 passing yards, 0 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. He did get sacked 3 times. It was a Bryce Young sighting at the end of the day. He went 4 for 7, 58 passing yards, 0 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Chuba Hubbard has been the most consistent offensive player in these last 5 games. And the Carolina Panthers has only won 1 game on the season, the last 6 games, excuse me. When I look at Chuba Hubbard, who had 97 rushing yards last week, 1 rushing touchdown, you have to give him the football against his Falcons team. And I know the Falcons have been very solid against the run. It's not going to be easy to go out there and just run the football on the Atlanta Falcons, but you have to go out there and protect Andy Dalton. One thing with the Atlanta Falcons, they have a very good defense with Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates and all those guys on the defensive side with A.J. Terrell. But they're at the bottom of the NFL in terms of pass rush. Yes, they have Matthew Judon, and Austin Corbett will miss the rest of the season for the Carolina Panthers. But you still have some good offensive linemen out there. Slow the game down, try to win off of time possession. It was too many times last week when they went against the Chicago Bears, they were trying to score too fast. You don't want to do this in this game. The defense for the Carolina Panthers is already beat up, is already banged up. Austin Corbett, he's out for the rest of the season. He's a big interior offensive lineman with the Panthers. But you look at this defense, Jadeveon Clowney is questionable for this game. He got injured last game. You don't have Derek Brown. He got injured a couple weeks ago. He tore his meniscus. And you also look at Shaq Thompson, tore his Achilles a week ago as well. All those guys are out. So you want to go out there and basically make your offense your best defense. Make sure that you can take care of the football, use time possession, and put points on the board. Target Deontay Johnson. Adam Thielen is out for this game, and also try to target Xavier Legette as well. I know that Andy Dalton is not a top 5, top 10, even top 15 quarterback in the NFL, but he has to find ways to go out there, distribute the football to those key guys, and you could make this game more interesting than it is on paper. But it starts with running the football and taking care of Andy Dalton and making the smart decisions. Far as the defense with the Carolina Panthers, this is one of the worst defenses in the NFL due to injuries and just due to lack of talent. I am concerned because they're going up against a team that just had a career day last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You have to put pressure on Kirk Cousins by sending blitzes, do whatever you have to do. Kirk Cousins, at this stage of the game, is a stationary target. He's not going to go outside the pocket like a Josh Allen or a Lamar Jackson. You have to get pressure on him. And hopefully Jadeveon Clowney can play in this game. When you look at what happened last week, you went against the Chicago Bears offensive line. One of the weaker offensive lines in the NFL. They walked away with 1 sack. If you cannot put pressure on Kirk Cousins, this game is going to be over with in the first quarter because Kirk Cousins will pick you apart. Look at what he did last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So you have guys on the defensive line that are going to have to go out there and step up. Josie Jewell is scheduled to be out for this game. He is still dealing with an injury. And when I look at the players in the secondary, you have J.C. Horn, you have Michael Jackson as well, and Xavier Woods. Solid players in the secondary, but it's only so much they can do when you cannot get pressure on the opposing quarterback. So you have to go out there and send blitzes and mix things up. Mix some zone blitzes with some man blitzes. Do whatever it takes and be on key lookout for Kyle Pitts if a linebacker is matched up on him. Like I mentioned before, with Shaq Thompson being out and with Josie Jewell being out as well, you may have a guy like Trayvon Wallace, who is a rookie. You do not want to put him in one-on-one coverage with Kyle Pitts. And also keep everything underneath. If the defense is going to give up a lot of big chunk plays, just make sure it's underneath. And try to put them in goal line situations. It's easier to play goal line defense in certain situations because the field is shorter and everything is so compact. You have to play this strategical in this game because I do believe that The Atlanta Falcons, they have the key pieces to go out there and put up almost 40 points on the Carolina Panthers. So try to keep the game close, take care of the football, run the football with Chuba Hubbard, and dink and dunk your way down the field if you have to. But the key to victory here on the offensive end is taking care of Andy Dalton, getting the football out quick, and also take advantage of them only having one true pass rusher, and Matthew Judon. The Carolina Panthers, they can be competitive. They can make this a game. When I look at the Atlanta Falcons, this should not be a close game for the Falcons. Last week, you were in a shootout against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They won that game in a great way. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 36-30 in overtime. Kirk Cousins was 42 of 58 for 509 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, and he got sacked 4 times. Like I mentioned before, the Carolina Panthers defense is beat up. And they don't have a guy out there like a TJ Watt or Max Crosby or a Myles Garrett to put a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins. But that doesn't mean that you want Kirk Cousins to go out there and throw the football 60 times in the game. Run the football with Bijan Robinson. Run the football with Tyler Algier. The Carolina Panthers have given up a lot of big rushing plays this season because they're decimated across the board. Run the football and make life easy on Kirk Cousins. Drake London more than likely will be matched up with J.C. Horn for a majority of the game. But when you look at the Falcons, Darnell Mooney last week was phenomenal. Yes, he had 1 major drop, but Darnell Mooney had 9 catches, 105 receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. And just because J.C. Horn is going to be on Drake London doesn't mean that you phase out Drake London. Drake London had 12 catches, 154 receiving yards last week, 1 receiving touchdown. And Kyle Pitts had 7 catches for 88 receiving yards as well. The one thing that the Falcons have to make sure of, make sure this is not a trap game. Do not play down the competition. Go in there and score early and put pressure on Andy Dalton. Don't get cute here. Raheem Morris is a very good defensive mind. That's why they wanted him to be the head coach with the Atlanta Falcons. He was a very good defensive coordinator with the Los Angeles Rams. Make sure that your team is prepared. Do not go out there and have stupid penalties. Do not have stupid moments. Because you look at the Carolina Panthers, you say this team only has 1 win in the season. This would be an easy win. There is no such thing as an easy win in the NFL. You have to look at it from this point of view. Everyone is good that you face, especially in a division matchup. And the Atlanta Falcons can get a big lead if they go out there and they win this game because you defeated a division opponent in the last 2 weeks. You defeated the New Orleans Saints. You just defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if you can swing back and you can defeat the Carolina Panthers, that's 3 division wins in a row. So I am worried about them coming out a little bit cocky, a little unfocused, and they may want to go out there and just put all the pressure on Kirk Cousins and say, you know what, deliver us with your arm. That shouldn't be the case. Run the football, squash the team, the Carolina Panthers, and walk away with the easy win. That should be the game plan, but it starts up front with their offensive line. You have a healthy offensive line this week. Caleb was able to play last week. I made a huge mistake on that. I thought that he wasn't going to be able to play, but he did wrap up his knee. So from tackle to tackle, they have to do a better job of protecting Kirk Cousins because he did get sacked 4 times. But run the football with Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. When I look at the defense for the Atlanta Falcons, you don't want to get cute here. You don't want to get into certain situations to where you're sending a lot of blitzes. Andy Dalton can get the football out. He's similar to Joe Flacco. He has nothing to lose. He knows that he's not going to be the long-term starter, so he would take those shots down the field. Look at what happened against the Las Vegas Raiders. And by the way, the Falcons defense is better than the Las Vegas Raiders defense because of those 2 big safeties over top with Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates. And in my opinion, Jesse Bates is the best safety in the NFL. Back-to-back years now, he's been an instant playmaker. You do not want to get into a close situation. Every single game this season has been close for the Atlanta Falcons. They haven't gotten blown out in any game. They haven't blown a team out. But this should be the blowout win that they're looking for with the defensive pieces that they have. With Matthew Judon, Grady Jarrett, David Onyemata as well. What sucks for them is that Troy Anderson is scheduled to miss this game. He is questionable, but he's on pace to miss this game. But you have Caden Ellis, who's been very good. Lorenzo Carter as well. You have A.J. Terrell. This should be an easy win for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm sorry, Carolina Panther fans, but I do have the Atlanta Falcons winning this game, and I have them winning this game in devastating fashion. I have the Atlanta Falcons winning this game 38-14. But let me know in the comment section below, who do you have winning this game? The Atlanta Falcons or the Carolina Panthers? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless. Peace.